अभी हो रहा है.
हाँ, so I'm sharing my screen. Um, so for creating the Spring Boot project, first we have to go to the URL spring.io. This is also known as a Spring initializer. So Spring initializer, if I search here, like first link will come Spring initializer. So here, like basic template will show like what all thing is required for creating a sample Spring Boot project. So if you'll see on the screen, like project it is showing. So there are like build tools. There are two type of build tools, mainly Gradle, Maven, and one more is there Ant. But basically in the market, mostly we are using Maven and Gradle. So to building our application, we can either use the Gradle or Maven. So when I will take the code in my local system, I will show like what is the difference between them. But for now, I will select the Maven. So this is a project like which build tool we'll be using. Language will be taking as Java, and Spring Boot. There are different versions are there. Snapshot are still in the development, so we will take the stable version as 3.1.0. That will be the Spring Boot version. And for creating our project, basic information we need to give. So here the like group is given. So group generally reflects like this is a project of which organization. So uh, here like it is, suppose it is a project of TCS, then it will become as com.tcs. So if like I will open any website like TCS, so here what URL it is showing in the browser, if you'll see any URL, so it is starting as like tcs.com. What to do? So while creating the Spring Boot project, that order will be in the reverse order. Here TCS is coming first, but in our project, like writing any project for the Spring Boot, the order will be in reverse order. So com.tcs dot basically it will be kind of. So here I am taking as suppose we can take any organization name, but here I will take suppose like for now I'm taking as org. So org name, yeah. So group name will be the this, like on the basis of organization we are giving that, and artifact name will be the like what project it is. So like it depends on like which kind of project we are creating. If it is a banking application, then we'll give the name of that project related to banking, or it is demo application. So mostly demo it is showing because for the demo by default that name is giving. But we'll say like we are creating the like project related to the uh, CRUD demo, like or Spring Boot demo. So this will be the project name, and same like project identification, that is known as artifact, and name is the same thing it is showing. We can give the different name also, but generally artifact is in the like identification for the project, and the name is like a kind of description for it. Same we can define like if the more details is required, we can give here. So already on the basis of my artifact and name, a description is coming like demo project for Spring Boot, and the package which will create for that internal, so com.org name dot Spring Boot demo. So here org name I just taken to show the organization name. So suppose I'm taking here like uh, any other organization we can take. So for example, I'm taking here the HNT. So like our whole package will generated on the basis of this. So this will be the final package which will get created, And packaging type, there are two type of the packaging. One is a jar. So jar full form is Java archival. So code format will be in the Java format. If we are taking the var file, then it's packaging while we have to while we have to share the code, then we have to use the for Java code. If you want to share, then jar archival. If you want to send the code in the like some other format related to the web format, then it will be the var archival. So basically, once like we are having our code, so on local, that time the this packaging will not be required, but we have to share our code to some other team member, or we have to deploy it somewhere in the basically Jenkins or AWS or some different cloud format. So there basically packaging will be required. So that's why we are selecting here the jar. Then Java version we have to select. And Spring Boot architecture, basically we are using what is the use of the Spring Boot is like any of our project, it depends on the multiple things. One is like database, then a core Java, then it will be also depend on some web technologies. So to collect all together, either we have the two option, like all we can write the all the setting files by ourselves.
भाई तो मैं तेरा तो निधि सिंह ही चलता है मेरा नाम भी मैं पूरा लिखती हूँ
Hello, I am getting the background, so the person who are not muting or not focusing, either they can leave the meeting or they can mute themselves. Okay, so yeah, so I was just explaining like why we need a Spring Boot basically. So Spring Boot basic requirement is like it's all the setting files which we can manually create by ourselves. It Spring Boot will help us to create the setting files for us, taking the dependency from the different organizations. Like development organization. For example, suppose I have to take the dependency of the database, then it will collect its dependency from the like Oracle related to Java, anything, then also it will connect to Oracle. Some of the logging mechanism, we have to basically, like I will explain one by one, maybe it will be then easy. So for example, I have to connect with the database. So for connecting with the database, if I have to use the dependency of the Oracle, then here I will type the Oracle. So it is saying like it will use the Oracle driver to connect with the database. So I can select this. Similarly, for the simple example, for now, I will select the S2 database. That is the most simple like database. I will explain later on like what is the S2 database. But we are selecting one database dependency. Then second dependency will be having the Spring Web dependency. So here, while selecting the dependency at bottom, it is also giving the little bit description about that, like what Spring Web will help us basically. It will help us to build the web application, and it will follow the RESTful architecture. RESTful architecture is nothing, but it is consisting of different requests we made on the browser, like GET request, PUT request, post or delete. So like HTTP kind of request, like hypertext transfer protocol, or those kind of the request basically is come into a particular architecture that is known as the RESTful. Some of the rules and regulation has been defined for the HTTP request basically. So that will be consist in the RESTful. Then application using the Spring MVC. So Spring MVC, while like taking the project in local, I will explain more in detail. But for now, like MVC full form is a model, view, and controller, and it is using the like inbuilt server in local. So that is the Tomcat. We can also change the server type also, but this is just for taking all those things, it is coming up. So I'll select the boot, I mean spring web, because this is like first dependency. If the spring web dependency is there, then only other dependencies will work, like database and other dependencies. So this is first required dependency we need to take in our project. So we have selected for now two dependencies, Spring Web and S2 database. Similarly, there are like a lot of dependencies, and by default it shows some of the like hint also, like which are the most used dependencies. So by going on there, we can check, like here the Spring security is there, some kind of the security we want to use, like on the basis of username or password. There we can use the like this security. But for now, like to be in the simple format of the project, since it is our initial project format, I'm just taking the two dependency, one for the database and other for the Spring Web. So this was just introduction about like how to just create a template for our first Spring Boot project. Now here, when I click on the generate button, it will download one like
I have one doubt. I have one doubt.
yeah,
Arun,
go ahead.
uh, you are selecting the package jar. Okay.
Hmm. This one.
Please scroll down.
Yeah.
So you are using the Java version 17, right?
Yes. Right. Right.
Uh, so mainly lot of companies are using Java 11 or Java 8. So we are working in Java 17 or Java 8.
Actually, for this project, I am selecting the default version, which is the stable version by Java. So I have not changed the version, but we can change also. I mean, whatever you have installed in your
Okay.
whatever you have installed in your
For
system,
other,
according to, yeah.
okay, okay. Other one is dependency. So if you are choosing any project or working in any application,
Yeah.
so then you are choosing the dependency. Okay. So
Yes.
Spring Web or H2 database. It is compulsory to select in this dependency.
Yeah. So okay.
It is
Uh,
compulsory or
no, no, it's not compulsory. It is totally optional. But if you like just one
अपना
one
अपना म्यूट करो अपना अपना म्यूट करो
sorry, it like some disturbance is coming. So because of that, I was not speaking. So
no, no, it's okay.
yeah, so S2 database is this first one is not compulsory. Second one is Spring Web. So Spring Web dependency, this is like we can treat it as a mandatory. It is not it is not mandatory. Later on also we can add this. But the if we say while creating our project, if we select the Spring Web, then it will be like most helpful for creating our application.
Like that mobile phone. If you are start to mobile phone, some features are then there are folders. Then you have to yes function. Then you can use that like that. It is part of our application filter.
Hello.
Okay, Arun.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, voice is echoing actually, so that's why like okay. Did you ask anything else? I like as a mandatory you can treat as one dependency, Spring Web, because to use the other features, Spring Web is mandatory. Then only other dependency will work.
Okay.
So if yeah,
I got it.
so here from here we can remove the dependency, or like minus option is there, so I can remove it and I can add back also, same thing.
Okay.
Okay. So since our like project has been already downloaded on the basis of those two dependency. Okay.
Okay.
So from here share option is also there. We can share our project or okay. Just so now I will go in my local system. So in folder. and we can extract it basically. So I'll take this path and take the project in the Eclipse. So for opening the project, there are different options available, like open project from file system or import. So for now, I'll like use the open project from file system. It is asking for path. We can also select also. So directly I've given this path. So we need to go to the download Spring Boot demo, and I will select folder, then finish. So basic requirement for our like project to work in the Eclipse is some installation.
Arun, can you restart this just because the internet connection is unstable, it's fluctuated highly. Can you restart? I mean, describing restart.
Yes, so just now, like for now, our project is only downloaded. Okay, so it got downloaded here. This like zip file. I just extracted this zip file here. So this is our project on File Explorer. Now I'm taking that same project in Eclipse. Okay, so yeah, I was just explaining about what are the things required. So to take the Spring Boot project on local, we need build tools. Like one of the build tools we can say. First one is like either we can have the Maven or we can have the Gradle. So on my system, I have installed the Maven project. I mean Maven build dependency. To see the Maven, like what is the version required for that, we can go to the like open the CMD and check the like MVN hyphen version. Yeah, so I am having the like Apache Maven 3.8.6. So if like anybody has not installed on their system, so they can install the like Maven to make the project working in their system. So this like I will recommend this version, but you can use the any latest version for Maven and install it. So this is the like basic requirement, one thing, and second thing will be the like Java should be installed on our system. So this is a needed software for the basic Spring Boot. Now coming back to the project, I need to check like this is my project. Now if you will see like a basic structure it is already creating, like source folder it is creating. The way we have given the name like com.hnt.springboot demo. So where the com is like it is showing like our project is a commercial, then HNT is the organization name, and Spring Boot demo is a project name. So by default it is creating one file inside it. And if you see carefully this class, so it is similar to the our main class. In the main class what happens, like we are having a class name and then one method as a main. So public static void main string args, and then there one line extra line it is given. Basically two extra lines are here. One is this one spring boot application @ spring boot application, and next line is this one. So first line like @Spring Boot application is signifying like our project is of Spring Boot type. So to make our Spring Boot application in our main class, we need to have a annotation as @Spring Boot application. Now from where this dependency it is coming, like in Java also we might have seen, like if you are creating some list or some class, so there will be the import statement. So similarly for a Spring Boot, it is bringing the like dependency from the org.springboot.spring application. So just 1 second.
आगे बढ़े
Arun was not audible.
Just 1 second, Amit, some Wi-Fi issue they are facing.
Okay, okay.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so I was just explaining like it is like when our project is will get created successfully, and if we import it on local, so one file will be auto generated, and it will basically consist of our main class, main method. So there are two line extra. One is @Spring Boot application, and second one is a Spring application dot run. So this is known as like annotation basically. I mean, whatever the like further going on we'll be discussing. So whatever is written with the rate at the rate, so it means it is a annotation. So the term annotation we'll use for telling these all like whatever is written with at the rate. So I will say like annotation @Spring Boot application. Internally, it is using the multiple So yeah, sorry. So again, like same issue, Wi-Fi issue is there. So this we can see. Is my screen is shared or not? You can see the screen. Hello. Think I
Here we can see. I don't. Where is Amit? Amit is not responding.
Hey, bro. I'm respecting.
yeah. So you can see the my screen,
How
right?
we visible to
Screen also visible, but there is some mark, buffering mark.
Here
Okay.
is writing just Arun saying I just started the screen sharing, but the screen is not showing.
Maybe this meeting will end in 1 minute, so we'll restart. Yeah.
Again, restart the meeting.
Yeah. I'll restart. So.
Leave.